The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Supreme Arbiter Zixter raised three of his crystalline appendages. The declaration had been made. Humanity, the newest species to achieve faster-than-light travel, had been classified as a slave race. Their crime: refusing to submit to the Council's protective oversight. Anna Chen stood in the observation deck of the UNSC Defiance, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic feed from the Council chamber. Her fingers tightened around the railing until her knuckles turned white. Behind her, Captain Jack Morrison watched the same feed, his jaw clenched so tight it could crack diamonds. "They actually did it," Anna whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the ship's systems. As Earth's lead Xena diplomat, she had spent 3 years trying to prevent this exact scenario. 3 years of negotiations, compromises, and warnings that the Council chose to ignore. Jack stepped forward, his military uniform crisp despite the tension radiating from every muscle in his body. The vote was unanimous. Every single species voted to enslave us. He turned to face Anna, and she saw something dangerous flickering in his blue eyes, something that reminded her why humans had clawed their way to the top of Earth's food chain. They have no idea what they've just done. The Council had made their calculations. Humanity was young, technologically inferior, and occupied only one star system. The Valkyrie Empire alone controlled 10,000 worlds. The silicon-based Krish collective spanned 3 galactic arms. What could one primitive species possibly do? They were about to find out. Anna pulled up her personal terminal, accessing files that had been prepared for this exact contingency. Files that made her stomach churn even as she understood their necessity. "Project Prometheus," she said quietly. "Jack, are you absolutely certain about this? They declared war on us, Anna. They just don't know it yet." Jack's voice was cold, calculated. "For 3 years, they've dismissed us as barbaric. They've mocked our primitive fusion drives and our quaint kinetic weapons. They've laughed at our warnings." He pulled up a star map, red markers appearing across multiple sectors. "Operation Fury goes active in 6 hours." What the Galactic Council didn't know, what they couldn't have known, was that humanity had been preparing for this possibility since the day they'd met their first alien species. Every diplomatic mission had included intelligence operatives. Every trade agreement had been a cover for reconnaissance. Every cultural exchange had mapped vulnerabilities. Humans were very, very good at war. The first strike came at the Valkyrie home system, the Empire's mighty planetary shields, designed to withstand asteroid impacts and plasma bombardment, never stood a chance against Earth's relativistic kill vehicles. Tungsten rods accelerated to 0.9 light speed struck 3 major population centers before the Valkyrie even knew they were under attack. The death toll reached billions in seconds. Anna coordinated the second wave from the Defiance's war room, her fingers dancing across holographic displays. She felt sick, but she didn't stop. The Council had made their choice. "Biological strike packages deployed to Krish industrial worlds," she reported, her voice mechanical. "Silicon dissolving nanophages active. Estimated time to total infrastructure collapse 48 hours. Jack stood at the tactical display, orchestrating humanity's fury across 100 light-years. The Zephyrini thought their quantum communication network made them untouchable, he said, a grim smile crossing his face. UNSC hackers just turned it into a weapon. Every Zephyrini ship just received orders to fire on their nearest ally. The galaxy burned. The Council had expected negotiation, perhaps even token resistance. They had prepared for humanity to beg, to plead, to eventually submit like every other conquered species. Instead, they faced an enemy that had spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of destroying itself and had finally found a worthy external target. Anna watched the casualty reports scroll across her screen. Trillions dead, hundreds of worlds rendered uninhabitable. The Valkyrie Empire, which had stood for 50,000 years, collapsed in a week. The Krish collective fragmented as their industrial base dissolved into silicon dust. The Zephyrini Concordat tore itself apart in a civil war triggered by corrupted communications. "The Council is requesting an emergency session," an officer reported. They're offering to rescind the declaration." Jack's laugh was bitter. Too late for that. He pulled up another display, showing Earth's hidden fleet, 3,000 warships that had been constructed in the asteroid belt, camouflaged among mining operations. "They want to see what primitive humans can really do." "Fine, commence Operation Endgame." Anna grabbed his arm. "Jack, we've made our point. If we continue, no species will ever threaten humanity again." Jack interrupted, his eyes blazing. "They need to understand that we don't fight to win. We fight to annihilate. Completely, utterly, without mercy." He gestured to the tactical display. "This isn't revenge, Anna. This is a lesson." The fleets moved out, targeting the Council homeworlds themselves. Earth's scientists had cracked the mystery of the Council's sacred technological advantages, the secret FTL principles, the exotic matter generation, the zero-point energy extraction. Within months, humanity would have it all. But more importantly, they would be feared. Anna stood in the observation deck weeks later, watching as the last Council fleet surrendered. The galaxy was in ruins. Conservative estimates put the death toll at 15 trillion beings. 100 species had been reduced to scattered refugees. The mighty Galactic Council existed only as a historical footnote. Doc Jock joined her at the view. His face had aged 10 years in the past month. Was it worth it? He asked quietly. Anna was silent for a long moment. They declared us slaves, she finally said. They thought we would accept chains because they had bigger empires and older civilizations. They forgot the most important thing about humanity.
What's that?
We've always preferred to die free rather than live in bondage. And if we're going to die, we're taking everyone with us. The Defiants turned toward Earth, leaving behind a galaxy that would never forget the day they tried to enslave humanity. The council chambers, once filled with the proud representatives of 1,000 species, now stood empty and dark. Humanity had delivered its message. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Never again would anyone mistake human restraint for weakness. Never again would anyone dare to threaten Earth with subjugation. The price had been unimaginable, the cost in lives immeasurable. But humanity stood free, unbowed, and terrifyingly alone among the stars they had painted red with their fury. The age of the Galactic Council had ended. The age of humanity had begun.